Hi there and welcome back, friends of a thoughtful gaming experience. This is your host, Immanuel Can, and we are back to let's play and explore Torment, Tides of Numenera, the patch 1 version of the early access of it. And last time we managed to help a robot procreate, and aeons old intelligence is now dead, and small tiny robots are swarming around. New life has been created. This time we're going to look at this strangely eyed pillar. Are these eyes? What is that? We're going to see what this thing is about. Let's ask this guy, the changing god cultist. Maybe he knows. Changing god cultist. The cultist glances over at you casually. His eyes widen when they reach your tattoo. One of his beloved vessels. Forgive me. I wasn't expecting to see any of your illustrious number down here. Smiling, he gives you a little nod. I respectfully suggest that you introduce yourself to Kasmin and Mimion in Circus Minor if you haven't already. In the meantime, how can I help you? First examine this cultist. The man is pale, dirty, and nervous. He's stealing glances at your tattoo every chance he gets. He flinches when he notices you studying him. Scan thoughts. Never have I seen it so close. What have I done to earn this blessing? Alright, let's make him more nervous. Examine him again. He fidgets, scratching his oily nose. And, now? Yeah, still. So I'm looking for a woman named Matkina. Have you seen her? Kastov, not recently, he says, but she does work with Folsom from time to time. He may know where she is. Thank you. I will be here, my lady, should you need me. Interesting. So now, let's go for this strangely eyed pillar. What is that thing about? A dark sphere inhabits almost every socket in this obelisk that stretches toward the cavernous ceiling. No one else seems to be paying the odd structure any attention. Like most Numenera, it's simply here. And if it can't be used, it's treated as part of the scenery. The orbs gleam in the dim light. You lean toward them. Are they glass? Jewels? Eyes? We'll touch it. Your finger barely grazes the glass before it displays the image of a furred creature touching the surface from the other side. Purple vines, threaded with veins of light, hang from the branches of the trees behind it. You lift your fingertip and darkness swallows the creature. The orb is opaque once more. The orbs appear to reflect whatever action is performed in front of them. Interesting. That leaves room for experimentation that our intellectual will absolutely do. So we will hum a little song first. Nothing appears in any of the dark orbs. Instead, the whisper of many voices joined in song curls from the obelisk, so low that you can hear it, that only you can hear it. Make a rude gesture at distraction. Make the most obscene gesture you can think of at the glass. A young woman with rainbow pupils appears in the glass, flicking her fingertip across her chin. She nods, grinning, as if imagining you shock at her daring. Feel better, dear? Make an even ruder gesture at distraction. The rainbow-eyed woman rewards your gesture with one of her own. She jabs a finger at her knee, grinning at her own audacity. And now even ruder? Alright, it's the same. So touch the nearest sphere again. And the furred creature is now bewildered. Tell the orb a secret. Your lips nearly brushing the surface, you whisper a thought you've never told anyone. A too tall, narrow-hipped being, a visitant, appears in the glass, long fingers clasped. Meeting your eyes, it speaks words you cannot hear. You can, however, sense its thoughts. They tickle an odd part of your mind. Dizziness overcomes you. You suddenly know that the visitant speaks stolen words, and that blood was spilled to take them. Even though the cause was just, The visitant is deeply ashamed. It fades into the black of the orb, lowering its head. Creepy. Let's see. Maybe the pauper knows something about the structure. Standing here all the time. Do you know anything? Leave me be. Alright, we will. Crooked Qeek. We have here. Seems like he's fishing. A flight of stone steps descends into the water. The cavern beyond gradually widens and connects to the sea. This may be where we can go here. Let's first talk to this fisherman. Small, hollow-cheeked mutant sings a soft, wavering tune to herself as she fishes in the dark waters of a little inlet. Yellow bruises discolor her skin. Wounds form not from violence, but from malnutrition, and her prominent bones bend and twist at angles. Still she smiles. She smiles at the oily water devoid of any fish. She smiles as she arranges her empty basket beside her, and she smiles at you when she sees you standing over her. Hello, I'm Crooked Qeek of the old Cold Canyon tribe. I haven't seen you down here before. I hope you're not here to fish. They're definitely not biting today. She cuffs into her cupped hands a raw and ragged hacking, then bends her double. You take her for a child at first, but after studying her features, it's clear she's in her late teens. There's only some mutation in her bony stature, born of starvation, that makes her seem childlike. So, why do you think the fish are biting? I think they're sleeping down there most of the time. Maybe it's something in the water. She watches the motionless line with a combination of hunger and weariness. Besides, when it does twitch, it's hard for me to get to the pole in time and harder to reel in the catch. I'm not very strong. Can I try fishing with your gear? You're welcome to it, she says. Only if you do find something, could you share? She trails off, blushing. Never mind. Company is better than a scrawny fish. You said you're part of the Cold Canyon tribe. Are they down here too? Of course, we're interested in everything. In knowledge. No, she says lightly, tugging at her fishing line. It slices through the water, leaving a trail of ripples. They're all gone, either dead or gone. She still isn't meeting your eyes. There used to be a lot of us. We came here when I was a baby, running from, she pauses, thinking, a war. Some sort of war that never ends. My parents thought we would be safe here, but the tribe died off, one by one. She turns away, wiping her eyes. This city is hard on people like us. Why did your tribe have trouble adapting to the city? They were used to living in the wilderness, so they knew what they could eat safely. Here, it's not so simple. My mother told me that 10 people died eating tainted food before we found this fishing hole. She stares into the murky water, so they were like Eskimos, probably. Inuit. All the talk of fishing holes and the cold canyon tribe. Then there's the diseases you can catch in the city and the hate. A lot of us were killed just for being. Hard to look at, I guess. Is this hard for you to survive here, as it was for your tribe? No, she says, smiling. I don't have a lot to eat, but I'm more resistant to sickness than my parents were. And people here know me. They leave me alone. You said everyone in your tribe is dead? Not everyone, she says with a brave little smile. I'm here, and some of us just left for better places. I bet they're doing really well. Your real name is Crooked Qeek? Sort of, she says. My parents called me Qeek, but the nickname came later. She hunches over, her eyes darting shadily from side to side. It's because I sell junk for high prices and bribe the levies to carry people off in the night. She laughs. No, not really. People call me crooked because I look twisted and broken. Scan thoughts. I wish they wouldn't, but it's okay. I am crooked, right? Don't you mind that people call you crooked? Not really, I can't call them liars, can I? She smiles, but it's not the radiant thing you saw before. Are you sure? I do, she emits softly, but I won't be less crooked if they stopped. Do you know where I might find a woman named Matkina? Matkina, she gasps. That's not what people call her. She leans towards you, eyes as round as coins. They call her the White Death, she says. She's an assassin. I don't know where she is, and I hope I never do. Why are you scared of Matkina? They say, she begins, then drops her voice to a whisper. They say she can freeze your blood by speaking your name. And if you look her in the eyes, all of your hair will turn white. You don't really believe those stories about Matkina, do you? She blushes. No, she says, but she is a killer, and I... She bites her lip. I have a soft spot for scary stories. Alright, thank you, and goodbye. Come back anytime. And I think we should try fishing here, even though we're not strong as well. This thin, glowing thread pierces the surface of the water and plunges deep into the black depths like a white line drawn in shining ink. Examine the line. Try flicking the shining string and your finger goes right through it. Could you try catching something for me? I've had no luck today. Besides, everything down there is pretty much stronger than me. Well, we'll try catching something for Qeek. You pull on the line. Something in the dark below pulls back. You press your lips together and reel in your catch. A muddy cipher dangles from the end of the line. It's beautiful, the crooked Qeek breathes. I was just hoping for fish. I can sell it and eat for weeks. Alright, let's give it to her. We're interested in that thing, but it's okay. You pass the cipher to her and she squinches her eyes shut in unmitigated joy. Thank you. Use my fishing pole whenever you want. Ah, just what we wanted, so try this again. Take hold of the fishing rod and begin reeling in the line. But nothing's on the hook. Might have better luck tomorrow. Let's try this again. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow and use that thing. And we'll have to remember why we came here. Again, after playing around a bit, I think we should get to some action. So I've opened the journal. And we are finding the rogue Stichus' relatives, or we're trying to, so they can help him, and we can bring him back. There are some underbelly thugs in Folsom, alright, and we would find Matkina with Folsom probably. There's some guy called Varenoth here, surrounded by candles. A flight of stone steps descends into the water. The cavern beyond gradually widens and connects to the sea. Yeah, again the stone steps. We have to breathe underwater one time, I think. Go down there. So let's talk to this woman, man, mutant.